If you don't exercise or draw out the potential in yourself, you are going to feel depressed. You're going to feel anxious.
There's so much in you that God or whatever the hell you believe in, or if you're atheist, in you that you have not unlocked, that you walk around with this gorgeous wife or a great husband and all this money. You're like, God, I feel like I'm missing something. Yeah, because it's about 75% of you is still fucking in there, still chained up because you just didn't want to find your willpower, didn't want to find your soul, your will, your heart, your determination, your guts, your courage. And what that looks like, it looks scary.
Because you know in your heart that you are leaving everything that you could potentially do and potentially become on the table. And that is going to bother you. That is going to make you feel depressed. That is going to make you feel dark. Look around at all these soft crying about their lives and realize that you don't want to be one of them. Stop focusing so hard on how bad you feel and start focusing on what your mission is in life. What's your purpose? What are you trying to build? What are you trying to create? Who are you trying to become? And when you take that focus off of all your problems and you start focusing on moving forward, this turns the noise down on how bad this seems to be.
I had two options: to either be that 300-pound guy who sprayed for cockroaches and made $1,000 a month, and at 24 years old, knowing when I'm 50 fucking years old, I can reflect on this and think about what guy I never became, or I can totally just sack it up and fail and fail and fail until I succeed. But I started realizing this is part of the process. This is part of the journey. I had to realize this is part of my process versus just saying, like I used to, I'm just not good enough. If I'm not good enough, we always say that shit. I'm just not good enough, and then we try something else. I'm gonna fucking make myself good enough.
But when you start analyzing yourself so deep and looking for problems, guess what's gonna happen? You're gonna fucking find it. Because every single one of us has a past. Every single one of us has things that we regret. Every single one of us has situations that have happened to us. Every single one of us has things that bother us from our past. And when we constantly dwell, and we constantly focus, and we get obsessed with those things, and we start telling ourselves this story, well, I can't feel good because this happened to me, or I can't feel good because of that happened to me. Well, that happened to you, bro. How the fuck can you change that? Guess what? You can't. So what you have to do is you have to come to terms with the reality of what has happened. You have to give yourself some grace. You have to forgive yourself. You have to let yourself understand that thing that happened to me, wow, it wasn't ideal and it wasn't great and it was very painful and I might have handled it wrong. I learned a lesson from it. Then after you learn your lesson, you move forward and don't do the same shit again.
Being ashamed is one of the biggest things that kill people nowadays. In their minds, kill them from moving forward. I'm ashamed of myself. Don't ever be ashamed of anything you've done in your life. Face it, fix it, make it better. It's a difficult motherfucker where you're gonna fail and you're gonna be in your head. You're gonna be saying, I'm not good enough. And it's how you get through that.
Aim high, but reward yourself for small incremental improvements, especially ones that repeat every day.
And you got to realize, bro, that most people will fucking stay in that uncomfortable situation their entire lives and then just eat the regret later and say, oh, I had a good life. And dude, if we're being real, that's bitch shit. That's bitch ass shit. That's pussy shit.
If you don't fail, you're not even trying. I'll say it again. If you don't fail, you're not even trying. My wife told me this great expression. To get something you never had, you have to do something you never did. Les Brown's a motivational speaker. He made an analogy about this. He says, imagine you're on your deathbed, and standing around your deathbed are the ghosts representing your unfulfilled potential, the ghost of the talents you didn't use. And they're standing around your bed, angry, disappointed, and upset. They say, we came to you because you could have brought us to life, and now we have to go to the grave together.
Think about it that way. Don't waste your damn life. You really want to wake up and figure out that you're wasting half your life? And you know, when people do that kind of wasting, they actually hate it. It's painful to recognize that. Then it's painful to think, oh my God, look how undisciplined I am. I don't know anything. I can't use a schedule. I can't stick to a calendar. I don't have any aims. I don't know anything about the world. It's like, go out there, find the dragon, confront it. It's a dragon. It might eat you. It's dangerous. But it's worse to cower at home and wait for it to come and devour you. Go out there, confront it, get the goal, share it with the community.
In order to be a master, you have to be the idiot first. You can't be the master without being an idiot. You can't be a master and become a master. You have to make the mistakes to become a master.
100%. You have to be a fool. If you're not a fool, you're not learning.
Hell, you have to be a fool. You have to be a fool to even think you want to reach that level.
Yeah.
You don't need anybody to trust or believe in you or support you to do what it is you're wanting to do. And the quicker that you build yourself into a person who is doing things, the quicker you're going to find other people that are aligned with that. You have an obligation to do this, bro, because you can see it in your family. Your family doesn't believe it's possible. Think of the perspective switch that it's going to create in them for you to go out and do this. It's going to change their entire lives, even if they're resistant to it now. So your story matters. It's important that you go do this, and it's not just about you, even though it feels like it is right now. All right, bro? So keep that in mind whenever it gets hard.
There's billions of people in this world, and they're all supposed to be individuals. But we have a pack mentality. That's why you're so fucking lost. Most people are missing something because they don't know who they are. They never examine themselves. They've never done this experiment on themselves. The lab rat, we're all lab rats, but you're also the scientist. You create your own self. Most people are missing something because there's so much trapped in there.
Most people aren't afraid enough of losing. Most people haven't taken the time to consider what their life will look like if they don't change it. And if they could zoom into the future 10, 20, 30 years from now and just live one day in the life of what their current habits are creating, they would change instantly. They would change yesterday. But because they can't feel it, and because they can't notice it, and because it's progressive and slow and imperceptible, people just ride it out, not realizing that it's going to cost them everything down the road.
That's why Carl Jung said everyone lives out a myth, but virtually no one knows what myth they're living. And maybe it's a tragedy. Maybe you don't want it to be a tragedy. And on the question, what do you want? That's a really deep question. That's a serious question. What is it that you should value? And people say, well, being happy. They don't even mean that, by the way. If you decompose what people mean when they say they want to be happy, what it turns out they actually mean is they don't want to be miserable. They're way more concerned with avoiding suffering than they are with pursuing, enthusiastic, positive emotion. So even the statement, I want to be happy, is actually not an accurate reflection of what it is that you want.
The reality is that most people never do what they really want to do in life because they are afraid of what other people are going to say. The reason that you don't trust yourself is because you haven't ever built the confidence to trust yourself. I bet without looking at your life, you have a major problem with execution and you have a major problem with follow through. I can tell by the nature of your question. Because if you were executing and if you were following through, you would have developed confidence in yourself to make the decisions that you want to make without anybody else's opinion. When you have built yourself into a resilient, strong, badass, mentally hard worker, you do not need other people's opinions on things. You only ask them when they know more than you, which is a smart thing to do, by the way.
People don't want to go in deep, man. All the answers are inside of you. The most powerful thing we have is our fucking brain. It's our mind. And we don't use it anymore. There's no hacks, bro. It's you against you. You against you. And if you misunderstand that, you have a real problem. If you misunderstand what I'm saying right now today, the problem is you. And you don't want to fix it.
Is your theory that you're going to adapt better using falsehood and avoidance? Because that's the contrary theory. You either face it, and you do that predicated on the faith that something in you will respond if you do, or you don't face it. That's it. Those are the options. If you don't face it, that's faith too. That's faith in the notion that avoidance and deception will suffice. You should get your act together and take care of yourself. So you have to integrate yourself. You have to integrate across anxiety and hatred and pain and jealousy and fear and hunger and lust and all that plethora of spirits that wage war within you. It's a lot. You have to bring that into a unity. You want a goal that you can never attain, so you can always move closer to the goal that recedes as you move towards it. You think, well, that's frustrating. It's like Sisyphus pushing the rock uphill. But it's not, because as you pursue that goal, you put yourself together and your life does get better and richer and more abundant. And that's why the highest levels of virtue and goal are in some sense transcendent. You want them to be above everything you're doing so you can continually move towards something that's more sublime and better. That's what you are. You're here to live, not to sleep.
You have to explore, examine the insides of yourself. And what do you really want out of life? Your friend, and a lot of people out here, just don't fucking want it. Human beings want to show you the best side, and they want to hide the worst side. For me, I'm going to teach you how to be vulnerable, because that's the only way you fix yourself. You don't fix yourself by coming out here and me selling you some fucking books. I want you to learn that the only way you grow is how to look at yourself and say, okay, like I did, table longer than this. What the fuck I have to do to get somewhere?
You need an antidote to suffering, and it has to be deep. And deep moves you tectonically, and it's not a trivial thing, but that's better than happiness. And maybe if you're lucky while you're pursuing that and while you're immersed in it, you get to be happy, and you should fall on your knees and be grateful for that when it happens. It's a gift. You aim to climb uphill to the highest peak you can possibly envision, and that's better than happiness.
And that's part of finding that balance. I guess a lot of what I'm in search of is finding balance.
Oh no, balance will find you. Listen, you're not gonna find it. It's gonna find you. In order to find these places where we're gonna, the balance, we gotta find pain. It's also associated with pain. You're avoiding pain. You don't want to associate, but all of our enlightenment comes from pain.
This isn't a hack. This has to be in you. Something in you has to wake up. And usually the only person that can wake it up is you. Sometimes you can read a David Goggins book because I was all this shit and then a lot more of fucked up. But if you don't have a little flame, just barely, you're done. I can't light it for you.
How can they stop feeling sorry for themselves?
That's a difficult one because you have to want it. You have to want to be better. And it starts off with you have to have pride in yourself. You have to have pride in yourself. There's something about you, whether it's your last name, whether it's just the smallest thing, you have to be proud of yourself. And if you have no pride in yourself, I can't give it to you. I don't need fucking purpose. And people miss out on this, man. The purpose, we're all looking for this golden purpose. Is it this? Is it that? Is it making money? Is it my family? Motherfucker, the purpose is you. We forget that. Every fucking day I wake up and I don't want to do some fucking shit. I'm like, okay, man, do you want to be a bitch today? Do you want to feel like a little bitch? Do you want to walk around all day knowing that you could, but you didn't?
I have a problem. Well, sure you do. Okay, what's your problem? Okay, well, how do you turn that into a goal? So that's so interesting if you think about it that way, is that that's your goals, your problems. What should I do with my life? Well, what problems do you have? Well, there you go. Solve those. That's where the answer is to be found. That's not happiness.
Let me teach you the real life, how it really is. The reason why you're a loser, and the reason why you're not fucking making it, you're lazy, you know exactly what to do. Exactly what to do. Because even me, in my state of, I can't read and write, I knew exactly what to do. It just sucks doing it. It sucks to do it.
Some things bug you. Maybe they make you cynical and bitter, Oh God, look at how the world is constituted. It's so awful that I can't sustain my faith in the sight of that. It's like, well, you've got something to do there, guy. That's your problem. Why? Who knows? I would say the reason is that it's your destiny calling to you in the form of guilt over unfulfilled obligations. Christ says, aim up to the highest thing you can possibly imagine. So that's the relationship with God. You put what's properly at the pinnacle and you aim at that. Are you willing to act out the proposition that the way to make the world reveal itself to you in its most positive guise is for you to adopt the most appropriate sacrificial relationship? Well, it's a big risk, isn't it? Because you have to give up everything. That's the deal. Give up everything that's low. What's one thing I'm doing wrong that I know I'm doing wrong, that I could fix, that I would fix? It's like, you meditate on that, you'll get an answer. And it won't be one you want, but it'll be the necessary one.
The heaviest things in life aren't iron and gold, but unmade decisions. The reason you are stressed is that you have decisions to make and you're not making them.
I mean, bro, do your kids want to be fat or do they not? Do your kids want to be broke or do they not? Do your kids want to fucking get pussy or do they not? I'm sure they want to say yes to all of those things.
Once you change one thing, your mindset, you can attack everything.
You don't become confident by shouting affirmations in the mirror, but by having a stack of undeniable proof that you are who you say you are. Outwork your self-doubt.
If you're in a fight, you have to attack. You have to keep attacking. The enemy has to know he is not going to give up. You must break the soul of whatever the fuck is in front of you. That's what I realized. I was never breaking the soul of anything in front of me. So that's why I came up with this thing called Taking Souls in my book. I started to devise ways to break a soul of a human being, of an object, of whatever's in front of me. If you keep on attacking something, nothing wants to stand in front of anything that is relentless. Nothing. So the first part of my success was learning how to fail properly. And then eventually I started getting a few victories. But that's what people don't get. When you have buried yourself in such a deep fucking hole, you better first talk about the failures you're gonna have first. And that's when that other voice comes up. It tells you we gotta do something. It also tells you, boy, I'm not gonna lie to you, Goggins, you're in for a fucking climb, bro. You're gonna get your ass handed to you, made fun of, the outside noise, the inside noise. Both voices are gonna be fucking telling you to go fuck yourself. You are in for hell, bro. Let me Google how to suffer. No, that ain't gonna be in there, brother.
No answer.
That ain't gonna be in there. That ain't gonna be in there.
There's no answer.
It's not in there.
It doesn't exist.
No.
Take care of yourself, but take care of yourself in a way that also means that simultaneously you're taking care of your family, and also means that simultaneously you're taking care of the broader community. So that's kind of your goal. So orient yourself towards that. Personal success, but in a way that your success breeds success. Because if you're going to establish an aim, why not establish like a really good aim? That's a good one. It's good for you. It's good for everyone else. That'll give your life some meaning. Make a plan. Develop a vision of what your life could be like if it was worth living, despite all its suffering. It's like, what would you need so that you would be happy to be alive? You'd find your life meaningful, so you don't get all bitter and resentful and cruel and hostile and ideologically addled and like murderous and genocidal. It's like none of that. You think real hard. How would you have to configure your life so that despite its suffering and the malevolence that's part of it, that you would regard it as worthwhile? So that's up to you to develop a vision. Then put a plan into practice.
It's all about giving it your best. The reason why people don't appreciate you because you haven't gave your best.
That you have to struggle. You have to struggle. The bigger the struggle, the bigger the peace. The bigger the suffering, the more peace. But think about how much I've built. Everything I've ever done in my life, I didn't want to do. Everything, every day. I'm a lazy piece of shit. And I'm one of the hardest working people to ever step foot on this planet Earth. And I'm saying that very proudly because I know what I do. It's not cocky. I'll tell you I'm stupid. And I'll also tell you the exact opposite of what I've done. It's the truth. It is the truth. So imagine how much I've developed in that time frame. But this is the scary thing. Why most people don't want to do that, build that willpower, is because it is scary. It unlocks a whole bunch of things about who you are and who you're not. And a lot of people don't want to go down that journey to discover who they are and who they're not. Because it's not a pretty journey. So some people can go read a book and get belief. Some people can go take a yoga class, have good parents. I had to build belief by truly ingraining it in my brain. So the things I do, I'm always, every day, building belief. And my belief had to be where it is because I was so far down. There is no get out of jail free card. This is why I say stay hard. Because when you weren't given the gifts, the only thing you can do in life is stay hard. This is all you can do. There's no magic pill or a magic potion. All you can do is outwork the man that God created or woman in you.